Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces September 26, 2022. In the month ahead, there can be a stronger focus on emotional or material support in your life, power dynamics in close relationships, and personal development within. You could experience a desire for deeper connections to people or projects. It can be a wonderful time to explore a particular topic of interest in more depth or develop a special relationship. With the Sun and retrograde Mercury heading into alignment, you might come to new thinking on financial matters, recent decisions, or intimate relationships through conversations, chance meetings, or incoming information that changes your perspective today. This can be about moving along a new path or putting a mental focus behind you, particularly if you've been dwelling on a past relationship or problem that drained your energy or kept you stuck in the past. Prepare for a whole new zodiac season. As the mighty Sun, our great luminary, turns a corner into Libra, it's time to get personal. The trust, vulnerability, and depth within your most significant relationship will be up for assessment in the weeks to come. With your solar 8th house of intimacy and sexuality energized, you could certainly grow much closer. However, if one of you has been feeling taken advantage of or is not having their needs met, you'll be eager to face the music and hash it out. Do so with sensitivity and grace just as you always do. It might be challenging to get through your workday. The moon is void, of course, suggesting that you may not be as invested in your work and life as you usually would. Despite the lunar lull, you could feel increasingly empowered as the Sun enters Libra. The activation of Libra season will encourage you to seek out mutually beneficial financial partnerships that give you a greater sense of control, autonomy, and power. The catch is finding the right people to work with so that you are not taking on any additional debt. There is changing of the guard on the financial front today, with the Sun returning just before Mercury is due to retrograde back out. Throughout the less than 12 hours from the Sun's return to when Mercury leaves, they will be aligned, shining the solar spotlight on money matters, the road ahead, but also on Mercury's smart head for money and 2020's hindsight. You love to explore new ideas, your very own adventures of the mind, and you are greatly assisted by today's astral energy. Your idealistic nature tempts you to focus on utopic dreams. You feel this energy as the essence of possibility, and it will be a period of emotional optimism for you. Whatever you have doubted to be possible in your health or dietary regimen, now is the time to give it a try. It doesn't have to be a marathon. Start small, and you can make your dreams a reality. Today, you are going to be able to make a situation more concrete and have more weight in your professional life. Don't hesitate to roll up your sleeves, but avoid being sloppy. You need to take responsibility for your decisions and get involved with those you collaborate with a little more. In your personal life, you will discover the qualities of someone close to you who had left you rather indifferent up to the present. You may even envision forming a couple with them. It's nice to uncover the hidden treasures of those close to you. The Sun's departure from your relationship sector today might take the solar spotlight off your relationships, but not only is he leaving Venus behind, but just hours later first the Moon and then Mercury, the planet of communication, will return. This will see the Sun and Mercury swap places, with the Sun not only returning to your financial sector today but for a few hours aligning with Mercury before he retrogrades back out. Mercury is shifting the focus off money matters and back onto your relationships, just as the Sun is shifting the focus off your relationships and onto money matters. As the Sun leaves your relationship sector today, this not only takes the solar spotlight off your relationships but takes away his need to have your eyes open and head out of the sand. With Venus, the planet of love, staying on, the Moon returning a few hours later, and then Mercury, the planet of communication, retrograding back in, this is when the chapter phase begins. Our eyes in the sky. There is a temptation to step back from your emotional wellness today. However, you can't shy away from your fears and let your self-doubt get the better of you. The Moon in Virgo asks you to put your nose to the grindstone. Virgo energy is all about doing a job right with care and precision, so this is a perfect day for career and work-related ambitions to really take hold. It's also a wonderful day to make some extra cash or pitch those plans that you thought would never see the light of day. Just try not to let your professional ambitions sidetrack you from the other work you need to do. Tonight's link between Neptune and the Moon could cause you to detach from your own or another's true feelings. This could be a tough day for those in romantic relationships because people aren't really feeling like their best selves. It's a day where you could feel a little left out in the cold or ghosted by someone you thought would always be there for you. Remember that this is just a cycle in the stars. Come up with a plan to do what is best for your peace of mind. In the pre-dawn hours, romantic Venus in Virgo opposes a nebulous Neptune in Pisces. While Venus deals in concrete, material love, Neptune deals with divine, transcendent love. Two sensations, two vastly different experiences. Neptune already has the energetic upper hand given its slow crawl through the cosmos, but it is also in domicile, while Venus is in fall. Therefore, the material considerations of Venus in Virgo are dwarfed by its numinous counterpart, and everything we think we understand about our romantic entanglements now gets lost in a wash. We don't know where we stand, nor do we know what we want. Idealized projections of other people or situations leave us vulnerable to disappointment, even though we'd never admit it. Our true struggle lies in our desire for perfection when there is no such thing. We'll have an easier time managing overwhelming feelings through an art practice or by turning to prayer. Faith isn't a bad thing, as long as we don't place all of our faith in an equally fallible, imperfect human being. Dreams and love will seem tangible, and your creativity will be especially active. Trying something new will appeal to you and is highly advised. You could spend time with some unlikely characters. You're also going to be quite lucky regarding information. You might learn something by chance from a stranger that turns out to be useful to you, or you might just happen upon some intriguing news while scrolling through social media. You'll be sharper than normal and ready to make some spontaneous choices to accompany the zany adventures that await you on this fortunate day. Before noon, the Moon squares off with Mars, stimulating irritability. Under the Virgo Moon, we feel secure navigating logical, linear situations. Meanwhile, Mars in Gemini is game for experimentation and knows victory won't be achieved through regimentation. These two inclinations leave us feeling polarized and frustrated. It's as though we don't want to move for fear of making a mistake, even though we know that mistakes are exactly what we need to grow, and therefore, succeed. The worst thing we can do now is to bottle up our feelings to the point where we finally snap and act recklessly. Take one thing at a time. Pace yourself,